So thank you guys for attending this open strategy session. My name is Kevin Z. As I said, this is meant to be very much of an open discussion, open forum. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to key them in. I'm going to go through some high-level announcements here and have some stuff to cover, all based on your feedback. So bear with me. I'm going to go through a few slides here, then we're going to open it up to the floor, and we're going to allow you guys to really have some two-way feedback, some good dialogue with me, and make sure that you have all your questions answered. So first of all, I want to honestly thank you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know, I do appreciate everything you guys have done. Obviously getting on board with us, being active, all your feedback. I can't say, you know, honestly how satisfied and how amazing it is to see everyone chiming in the support group, in the Facebook group, and everyone, you know, these amazing ideas. Honestly, so far what I've seen is just truly, truly awesome. And I really want to thank you, obviously, for making the move and joining our team and obviously moving things forward. I think, yeah, you will not regret it. There's going to be some amazing stuff planned, and you will definitely be able to build a sustainable, long-term, recurring revenue business using our products. Those of you who you likely are in there already, just want to quickly remind you about our members area. It's localwifinetwork.com/members. Chances are, if you're on this call, you're a member. It's a members-only call here. It's very private. So you have access to that already. Make sure you do use that frequently. And as well, if you haven't already, make sure you join our Facebook group. We found at facebook.com/groups/local Wi-Fi network VIP. So that's only Facebook members. It's only registered members only. If you have a different email address that you use on Facebook than the one you registered with us, and you're wondering why we're not letting you in the group, it's because we screen everyone before we let you in. So for whatever reason, if you have a different Facebook email address, just simply submit a ticket with support. Say, hey, FYI, this email address is what I use for Facebook, and we will do a direct invite for you. So moving on, some announcements. First of all, we didn't forget, we are still working on the Certified Social Hotspot Partner badge. What we're doing is actually making it dynamic and allowing you to embed it within your site. Right now, this is probably, we had in this discussion whether it's going to be the authorized dealer. We think we're going to switch it to authorized partner. It's more of a friendly term rather than dealer. Depends. I mean, we'll probably make it partner, and we're going to give all of this to you in a high-res format. You'll have it in Illustrator, in Vector, and in raster form, all kinds of good formats. So you'll be able to use that, put it on your site, put it on your business cards, and become a social hotspot authorized partner. In addition, we are going to be launching the directory, so you'll be listed in that directory. If anybody wants to purchase one, like I said, we don't sell it to the public. We sell it directly through you guys. As well, we've been very, very, very busy, as you can imagine, in the last 2-3 weeks. And again, you know, if we haven't been as active in the Facebook group recently as we wanted to, it's because we've been very hard at work. We put together a brand new logistics system. So from now on, when you order hotspots from us, you will not be waiting 2-3 weeks. And that, in a very, very rare case, we have very few people who are still waiting, and to me, my heartfelt apologies to you. What happened was we actually oversold. Obviously, we had a very limited amount. Our supplier gave us certain days. We had to deal with customs because we're based in Canada, a whole bunch of issues. It was almost like Murphy's Law. Everything went a little bit not on schedule, and therefore it left you guys waiting. So sincerely apologize again on that. But from now on, you'll be able to get things very fast. You know, within 5 to 7 business days, and within a week, you'll actually have the option to do some express shipping as well as we roll into it. So guys, rest assured, from now on, you will not be waiting a very long time. We have that new logistics system in place. And I want to just say, communication is extremely important in anywhere, in any relationship, in any business relationship, anywhere. Communication is important. And guys, that's what I see sometimes. I go to my Facebook and I see some crazy stuff. Stuff like that is cool. I love it, but it's also very hard to get through. I mean, sometimes I'll spend a whole day doing that. That's primarily why, you know, I want to really say a couple things here. You know, communication is very important. To me, and I put these slides earlier to say it seems like mission impossible. Like when our support guys come in and there's so much chatter in the Facebook group, when incorrect information is posted there, for example, like, oh, I tried this and it went wrong, and you post it, people may look at that and say, wait, maybe that's the right thing to do, and then they try it themselves. They don't necessarily have the time to read through 95 or 105 comments that sometimes it gets to. And I love the engagement, but we got to make sure that sometimes when we post things there that they're relevant, because if we're not obviously going in the right flows, it doesn't become easy. It doesn't become obviously efficient. It becomes really, really hard to do. So here's what I'm proposing. I propose that we kind of define our lines of communication. So for example, on the left, we have our Facebook group, the VIP group. The real goal of that group is to discuss marketing, sales strategy, feature requests that eventually, as you'll see, get moved over to the technical side when they get, obviously, enough of you guys want it, we'll get it done. Success stories, for example, I was just saying, like, let us know. It's encouraging for everybody, and it also lets us know what's done right. And there's so many ways to do things. If you post what you do, and if you do it right, that's great. Share it there. It encourages people. It helps give people new ideas. In addition to tips and tricks, if you're doing something that's really cool or you wanted to share that, put it in the Facebook group. Any brainstorming or especially networking, you want to meet other people who do the same thing you do, that's the place to do it. The other side, we have an underutilized tool right now. So we have the Wi-Fi supportdesk.com. That's only available to private members. So it's not open to the public. It's only available directly for you guys. So what we're going to try to do here, and I'll show you exactly what we've done, is we use Zendesk. I'm not going to lie, we know they do it way better than we could ever program it ourselves. So we have a Zendesk account, and all of our support staff is in there. We constantly update it all the time. And as I know, we are going to do a better job right now in getting more videos, more step-by-step guides. All of that is coming, guys, and I rest assured we're working on it. It's not so trivial. It takes some time, some time to do it right. So we're going to be adding stuff to that all the time. But if you need technical help, if you have problems setting up your router, you need technical setup assistance, that's the place to go. The Facebook group is great, but the Wi-Fi support desk is the place to go. If you have any bugs to report, if something doesn't work well, or if you see something that's not right in the system, let us know there, because that's where our developers hang out. Our developers don't hang out. I don't let them hang out in the Facebook group because then they wouldn't get any work done. So they hang out in the support desk. So make sure that you go there to report those. As well, feature requests. We've actually redone our feature request thing. I'll show you that in just a minute. We want to put those there as well. And individual issues. We see some people in the Facebook group saying, hey, my specific thing, this, that. I mean, that's cool. We want to help you, but it may not be relevant for the whole group. It's better if you just go that directly with support. And then after we assess your problem, if we feel, hey, we've had more than one request on this, then we're actually going to publish it in our support desk so that other people can see it. So just to know where to go, again, Facebook, marketing, sales, brainstorming, networking. The support desk is more technical, individual help report. And if you have a problem at all at any time, we have an integration right now with Zendesk directly through our interface. So at in your cloud control panel at my.localwifinetwork.com, you can go in on the left-hand side on support. You can click on the knowledge base. You can add a new ticket, and you can have a full chat directly there through tickets with our support team. Definitely the best place to get a hold of the right minds to help you. It's very true, and I'll show you just exactly where to grab that in the interface. If you go over here in the interface here, you go down. Let me just fit this to the screen. There we go. So if you go into the support section here, you can go to the knowledge base. That will open up this knowledge base, as I'll show you in a minute. You can add a new ticket here. So let's say, like, I need help with this. And then you describe it be as descriptive as you can over there. And then submit your ticket. What will happen is our support team will get notified right away. And then to view it again, you go back to tickets and you see all your tickets listed here. And this one's open. You just posted this here. The best place to get a hold of us is here. As great as Facebook is, it's just sometimes that's why it takes us some time to get to you. So that being said as well, our knowledge base, as I showed you over here, let me switch back to that. Our knowledge base is at WiFiSupportDesk.com. Now here you'll have articles, you'll have setups, the tips, all that good stuff. And we added a section over here called Community on the right-hand side. Okay, so this is the community I'm talking about right now. This is where all the technical stuff is going to happen. And to go back to where it is live, on community, you can click on browse or trending questions. Now this will be fleshed out. It's fairly clean right now. We're going to be pushing so much more stuff in here. But for example, anything that was requested previously in feature requests, we used another tool before, is now in here. So it's all centralized. If you guys have an idea, a new feature request, a new tool, I knew some people talked about zones. They wanted to do advertising specific to multiple zones. Of course, like add that over here, and you literally go, let's say URL redirect, somebody had this idea, comment in here. This is just like Facebook. So you can go in here, you can comment, we can have the string, and this is relevant to this. This is what our developers see. So if you want to get the attention of our technical staff, go here. And for example, we have the topics. The main topics we had right now are the cloud control panel, device setup, general questions, feature requests, sales and marketing training. So if you have something specific, like we have the video, the group video buy. I love the ideas happening in Facebook, but if you have an idea, post it here, and then we can obviously have it go in both channels. For any questions you have, also if there's any questions you have that haven't been answered, ask them here, because what happens is we open up the proper stream and everybody knows that the technical happens here, and we keep it all very centralized as well. Anything unanswered, our guys will be able to quickly see it and then answer them right away. Whereas Facebook, you have 1,001 threads to go through, and our technical team sometimes has difficulty with that. So again, the new support community can be found directly through the login. You can go in and grab that stuff. You can literally go in and right now and start adding stuff to it. Let us know, because it's, I can't say this enough, guys. In this business, and I've learned this in my 3 years, we're listening to you. We would be stupid not to. So if you guys want something, you want it done, we'll get it done. We want to help you. We really want it. We're really here for you. We work for you. That being said, today's agenda was made by you. I didn't put this together. I didn't say, hey, what should I do? I wanted to know what you guys want. So we're going to cover almost all of this. Certain sections, I'll tell you right now, we will walk through all the ad modules. But for example, how to sell, fulfillment, and managed ad services. I feel that something like that is almost, it's a whole webinar in and of itself, and I want to give it some real attention. When I put it together, I want to get the best strategy together. So we're going to kind of touch on this section today, but everything else, we've been working really hard on, and we're going to be covering everything else you guys talked about. Okay. Moving on, easy getting started steps. I know that a lot of you have received your routers already. Those of you who haven't, you may have purchased after the initial. They'll be coming to you very shortly, but I wanted to just recap the exact steps to get started. So number one, when you receive your router, any of the new shipments that were sent out got a setup form, but if you have not received that setup form and you need help with it, you can go to Files over here in the Members Only group, go down to the Social Hotspot Installation Guide, and then over here, there's the link. So what I'll do is I'll share this with you guys right now in the chat, just so you have it. And you can go there if you need it, and you can preview this. Basically, it's a PDF. It just tells you how to install your hotspot, step 1, step 2, step 3, exactly what to do. And this is really important that I want to really just cover with everyone, because some people are wondering what's the right way to properly reset your device. This is the right way. You have to unplug the power, so unplug the actual power cord from the wall and the WAN ports. Unplug everything from the router. Wait 2 minutes. So you have to be patient with this stuff. Sometimes, if you get an IP address, it doesn't just go on and off quickly. It has to propagate. It has to go on and off. It takes some time. So wait 2 full minutes and then plug in the internet cable first. Make sure the internet cable's in there, and then plug in the power cord. After that, it may take anywhere between 30 seconds to 3 minutes. I've seen it. It all depends, because it has to actually get an IP address. So don't be impatient. Sometimes the biggest problems happen when you unplug and plug it in too fast, then it doesn't have time. Give it some time. Try this, and this is the right way to properly set the device. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but if you want the setup sheet, I just sent you the link. It is available in that if you haven't received it in your box as well. Getting started beyond that, really here are just the very quick steps on how to really get your social hotspot online. Once you received it, you got all started, you're all good to go. What you want to do is add the device. So what you do is you go in the interface, and for those of you who've done this already, and my apologies, I just want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So you go to Devices, and you go Add New Hotspot, and right over here, the device ID and the last 2 digits, you fill that in, and after you fill in the device ID and the serial number, it's going to populate with what's in our system. So we actually have all your information in our system just on the device, the serial number, and the MAC address for security reasons. When that matches up, your device is now on the system. Second step is you want to add your zone. You want to set up your zone. So what you do is you go to Zones, and you go Add New Zone, and you select your country, your city, your zone name, and an email address, and submit it. And then once you're done that, you'll have all your zones listed over here. So you want to add your zone very simply filling out those fields. Third thing you want to do is add the device to the zone. So you want to do this first before you start touching your SSID. You want to do this. It doesn't really matter, but you can do this first. What you do is you go to your device. So here I'm going to go to My Devices in my office here. I'm going to go to All Devices, and I see them listed here. The free Wi-Fi is the one I'm going to do. I'll go to Edit Hotspot, and on the free Wi-Fi one, I will just edit that one. And I will say, hey, the zone, I want to make it demo. And I'll keep it demo for now because it's the one I'm going to be using. But you want to make sure that the device, the hotspot that you're dealing with, is on the zone that you want. So you assign that, you match those up directly, you click on Save. And then the fourth step is then you want to change your SSID. So right after that, you can go in and go to change your SSID. You can get the current SSID. What it's going to do is reach out through the network, grab the latest one, pull it back. And sometimes, this sometimes may or may not work. We're going to go through right now some troubleshooting. The biggest problems that we've seen people have, as you see here, it grabbed it. It's called Tester. It's just the one I have in my office. I can very easily change it here. I won't now, but I can change it and click on Save. But something to keep in mind, make sure, and this may sound stupid, guys, but really make sure before you try to change your SSID, make sure your internet connection actually works. Plug in your laptop, make sure that the internet's fast, make sure you have it there, because we've seen some people who spent a lot of time and then they realized that their internet was down. So make sure that the connection you're using, that the cords you're using, everything that you're using to plug in works. Test it with another device, just make sure that it's all cool. Another thing that we've seen people have an issue with, we are documenting this heavily in our support section, is that sometimes we require via VPS, we require certain ports to be open. Now think about a port like a lane on a highway. Obviously if it's blocked, we can't get the information through. So you have to open up these lanes, these ports on your system. It may be on your actual cable modem. It could be on your router if you have another router that you're attaching this to. Even on some software, sometimes there's a way to do that. But you want to make sure that the port 1194 UDP is open. Now, for most of you, it will be open. For some of you, I think some people on Comcast, or I'm not sure what internet provider, they have that closed by default, and they open it up. If you call them, sometimes they'll open it up, or you can set it yourself. If you have a modem yourself, you can go onto the settings. Typically, it's read your manual, but it's like 192.168.0.1. And you log in, you do admin and min, whatever it is, and you can go in and change that and open the ports. So definitely you want to make sure your port 1194 UDP is open when you're trying to change the SSID. If you have anything other than this, if you have any issues with the SSID, please, like I said, just go directly with support. As you know, we recently updated our servers. We have very large US servers right now. So sometimes there was some minor tweaking that we had to do to certain units. Most of them are great. Some of them we have to help you with. So obviously those are individual requests. Submit a ticket and we are more than happy to help you on a one-to-one basis. A lot of people asking me as well some technical details, additional stuff about the router, your First Social hotspot. So here's some more details as well. This is all going to be posted in the members area, so no need to jot this down. It's going to be put into our support section. But when you're thinking about your hotspot, think about the range of the actual unit. So your current N300 social hotspot, it has a range of 60 yards, 55 meters, or 180 feet. Now think about that not like the distance between point A to point B. Think about that as the epicenter of the range. So it's the radius of this range. So for example, I wish I had I'll get a drawing diagram here. We got some time. Let me see if I can get some tools over here. Here we are. So if I have my hotspot in the middle, if I'm talking 60 yards, like 60 can go here, 60 can go here. So technically, from end to end, it's 120. So I want you guys to think about that. It's the radius. It's the overall range. So think about wherever you're setting this up, it's at the center. So it's 60 yards from the center of the social hotspot. Okay? So that is, let me erase that. Cool. So that is basically the range, and when we have the access points, which will be available, as you'll see, I'll announce that later today, we're going to be able to push that up to 300 yards, 274 meters, or 900 feet. So a very, very long range you'll be able to push these. The networking basics, just when you're setting these up, just some guidelines. You want to use Cat6 cable. That's standard internet cable. You can buy it from your local place, or you can buy it from Amazon, things like that. We'll actually put some links up in our members area if you need cable. So I'll post some of my favorite suppliers in there directly with them. I'll just introduce you guys. Very easy to order. And you want to run this a maximum of 328 feet. So you never want to have a Cat6 cable longer than 100 meters, 110 yards, or 328 feet. So this will help give you an idea to what your range is, or if you want to move this somewhere else beyond where the point of entry is. You don't want to go too much further on the cable with this. As well, from a minimum recommended internet speed, this just goes with the basics. If you have just a general hotspot, you want to keep it at the very minimum 5 megabytes up and 5 megabyte down. So you don't want to go any lower than that. It's going to just be too slow. You know, people ask me, can I use a 4G hotspot? Can I use a 3G hotspot? Yeah, well, you can mod it to do that, but you don't want to because it's not going to be, the performance is not quite there. So you want to have that as a minimum. If you have more people, you want to have obviously more internet. So basically, we're going to come out with a chart that has a breakdown of exactly number of people versus speed. But I always recommend start with this. If it's too slow, it's very easy to upgrade. You can call the cable company. Sometimes they do it within 5 minutes, or they give you a new cable modem. But either way, it happens within 24 hours. It's very fast. And as well, I want you guys to remember that the performance of the whole hotspot, the performance of the experience, really depends on the speed of your connection. Okay, so think about it again like the lanes of a highway. If you only have 3 lanes, you can only fit 3 lanes of cars on the highway. If you have a whole rush, I mean, that's why rush hour traffic happens. And when your location has that rush hour traffic, you have to make sure that you have a internet connection that is wide enough to deal with that. So always remember, the performance of this is always dependent solely on the internet speed that comes into it. So if you have a slow internet connection, the social hotspot is going to be slow. If you have it fast, it's going to be fast. As well, if you were wondering about maximum internet speeds for the social hotspot, 1 gigabyte or 1 megabyte, 1,000 megabyte a second up and down, you're going to want to use a dedicated pipe. Those are rarely available commercial, residentially. Sometimes commercially, you can get some fast speeds like that. Those are more like fiber. If you guys heard of Fios or fiber, so that's the kind of fiber stuff. Can run really, really fast. Obviously, for larger ones, you want to use a gateway. But for any local business, any higher of the end speed is great. And again, for simultaneous users, 250 live connections, limited per individual social hotspot, and it's all based on the hardware, not the bandwidth. That simultaneous users, the bandwidth can handle more, but the hardware itself, the way it works is it's limited to 250, which again is more than large enough for any local business. And I see Mark has got into a lot of the questions, and I'll get to some of them as well. I'll open up the floor, guys, later to answer some questions personally here, but I want to keep going with the quick agenda so we can get through what I have planned. So moving on to the agenda, we talked about, that was more of the technical stuff, wasn't even on it. So back to this agenda, guys. So I see a lot of people wanted me to walk you through the advertising modules. So I think what's important is I'm going to combine this advertising modules and fulfill managed advertising services into a module right now that I'll talk about. And like I said, this almost warrants its whole other presentation. And based on this, I'd love to hear your feedback. And then obviously the more dedicated one can have a lot more information on that. But first, we'll talk about setting up a sample ad campaign. And I'll tell you now in the case studies that we've done, what I'm about to show you here, the scenario is pretty much 90% of our business. Like most clients go for this when we were piloting this. Nearly everybody just gets this. It's easy to set up, easy to do. You can have it up and running in 5 minutes, and you don't have to do anything else after that, truly. And I'll show you exactly how we do that. But first, when you're thinking about advertisers, so if you're looking to bring the money in, you want to start having people pay for your ads. Who do you want to ask? I saw a lot of this conversation happen in the Facebook group. So we'll use an example here of a car dealership. Okay, so I had this example because a lot of people have been asking me about this. Do you want to set this up at the car dealership? Okay, you can go, traditionally, everyone's thinking, okay, brands. I can go to a Ford dealership, push Ford. I can go to BMW, Cadillac, Mercedes. There should be an S there, Mercedes. But here, I can either do it by brands. And in our experience, sometimes a smarter thing to do is to go to what complements the brands. So, for example, you can go to a Ford dealership, sure, and set this up across all Ford dealerships. But then you can't really advertise these 3 because that Ford dealer will not let you do that. However, the complementary advertisers will advertise on all of these brands. There's no conflicts here. The oil change company will gladly do an oil change for any car. The car wash will do one for any car. Gasoline, insurance. So reach out to these companies when you're looking for advertisers. These are the clients. These are the companies where you're going to set it up in. You're going to go to, let's say, a used car, new car dealership, Bob's BMW. Go to him, say, let me set this up for you. And obviously, when you're thinking about advertisers, work with him, but also reach out to the complementary services. So go to the nearest oil change place. Say, hey, look, how would you like to, well, maybe not for oil change or BMW, you know what I mean? Oil change is a little sensitive, as you guys know, when it comes to the dealerships. But generally speaking, a used car place, oil change for sure. I mean, they're not specific to a brand. Get the nearest oil change, like you know, I don't know any U.S. brands. I'm sorry, I'm like thinking like Mr. Lube. You guys Canadians would love that, but you know, that kind of thing. Like the nearest one, get the nearest oil change place and get them to sponsor it. Also, go to the nearest car wash, gasoline, gas stations, and insurance companies. They love that. Insurance love this because they're able to now, you know, guys insuring a Cadillac. Hey, how about insuring that Cadillac with Geico? So this is the kind of stuff where I want your head to be at when you're thinking about this, and to further that, how to really find out who's advertising where. Now, this is not, there's no real strategy behind this. It's just more of a thing that I do. Here's how to find ads on Google. It's a little trick that I use. What you want to do is when you're searching for an ad, go to images, search more specific tools, and actually select your size. Let me show you why I do that. So, for example, if I went to images.google.com and I searched for cars, and I see cars, obviously brings me all these cars. Like I'm not obviously looking for cars here. What I want to do is do more search tools, size, and make it exactly. Now, if you guys know, what's the ad size that we're looking for? It's 320 by 50. So I set that up in the exact size. And when I search for that, naturally, all that's really going to come back is banner ads. So here we go. So here are some sample cars. You know, cars is very open, right? But here's like Astro Cars. You know, here's Honda. Happy Honda Days, U.S. Post Service, you know, Kids Toy Online, just to give you ideas, right? And cars is a very generic term. Let me do something else. If I go like down to the brand, for example, you know, I can go down, like I can just get ideas, you know, and I can just keep doing this. BF Goodrich, you know, there you go. Why not? Like tires, I didn't even think about that. Tire companies. You know, every car needs tires. Tires work on all cars. So those kind of things. I want your start to think about those advertisers. Here's a gas station over here. You know, Petro-Canada gas station. Here's you know, other ones. Again, Mercedes may not be the best idea, but you get the point. And even if you want to just search for ad, whatever you're looking for, you can find through here. So use that trick to get a bunch of good graphics and good ideas for things that you can advertise on Google or advertise on your hotspot. And when you're thinking about sample advertising costs, so this is like crunched down from what I used to do media. I would never give the cost right away. I would always give the value. Very big difference. And sometimes I would even put another column over here, and I would have value, and then I would have cost. So I'd have the value is worth this much, and the cost is worth this much. And it's very good, you know, I wouldn't say sales tactic. It's just the truth. What the value is versus what you're actually going to charge them are two separate things. So, for example, if I'm doing the sample ad cost and I'm breaking it down for a advertiser, now I want to clarify, this is something I'm bringing to the advertiser. Okay, I'm not bringing this to the location. If I'm at Bob's Mercedes dealership, I'm bringing this to BF Goodrich. I'm not bringing this to Bob. Okay, I'm bringing this to the advertiser. And whether or not I do this on behalf of the advertiser for my own network, whether or not I do an 80-20, 50-50 split, that all depends on the relationship you have with Bob's Mercedes. I guess we'll keep with that theme. So let's say I have Bob's Mercedes as my client, and I want to obviously get an advertiser in there. So this is the ad. This is the kind of the breakdown that I would go to a BF Goodrich or go to a oil change company or go to any of the examples I gave you with something like this. So following through from number one, the elements are elements of the campaign. So each one of these are individual, and I'll tell you actually at the end, I'm missing a couple here. You can add a little bit more. But the number one is the title sponsorship of the free Wi-Fi social hotspot. So that title sponsorship is the main logo. That's like the main header logo that goes on the top of the login page. That's the first thing people see. That's the SSID. That's the calls to action. That's the in-store. That's printed on the flyers, printed on the wall. That's the title sponsorship, okay? That's worth a lot of money. Here, at a very loosely based, I'm basing this on a car dealership again, $1,500. This is on a monthly basis, so I would say it's $1,500 in value per month for you to be the title sponsorship of this small dealership. Okay, this is not a big thing. You can charge a lot more when you have bigger deals. This is for your small local dealership or local. This could work for restaurants very easily. This is, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but it's very much for almost any local business. You can take this to the advertiser and give them value like this. You can also say the landing page redirect, which I'll show you here how important that is. You need to direct, that's value. Anytime after a person logs in and they get redirected to a page of your choice, that is value, okay? So you need to tell them that that is worth something. The creation of the landing page coupon, that's also very low. That's priced very low, but you want to incentive, tell them that value, I'm going to use a template. If you want something, custom, I'll customize it for you, but we'll be using a template. It's $500 value. In addition, we have social analytics and reports, so I'll be able to give you the charts, the graphs, the male, female, age breakdown. That's worth a lot of money to you. I would say that's worth as much as the title sponsorship itself. That's why it's also $1,500. You can also give them weekly changes if they want. If you're doing a contest, maximum 1 per week, 4 per month, have that at $125 per change. That's $125 a week, value-wise, obviously. You can also charge additionally for Facebook notifications, as I'll show you today, and support if they need anything over and above. Tell them it's $125 an hour, and say, based on this, the value of this sponsorship, basically naming the SSID on you, on basically having you as the SSID name, having your logo on the top, having your page redirected to with your custom coupon and the analytics, easy $5,000 a month. But you know what? This is a local business. We want to get started. I'll give it to you for anywhere between $500 to $2,500. Really up to you. How much you want, at the threshold you have, the budget. And like I said, remember, the first one is for life. The first hotspot you pay no hosting fees on. So this is all net profit for you, literally. This is all 100% profit. But moving forward, as you expand your network, the cost per hotspot is $20 per month. So even if you just get $250, $300 per month off that hotspot for $5,000 value, this is what the advertiser is going to buy on. And we've seen right now in bars where we have advertisers spending $1,800, $2,200 a month based on the traffic. Naturally, let's say if you are in football country, leading up to the Super Bowl, you can charge a lot more every month. So it's no longer, maybe it's $500 in the off season, it's $2,500 during Super Bowl time, during playoff time, because people are in the bar. Okay, so this is what you need to do. You need to always look at the value. And when you put down these proposals for your clients, so when you're thinking about the different elements here being the main ones, you want to assign values to them. I'm going to share this with you guys as well. I'm going to put the actual raw PowerPoints in the members area, so you'll be able to edit these. And as well, like I said, I'm going to have a whole extended webinar on breaking these down. We'll have another vote actually for individual markets, because this is not one size fits all, even though we're trying to make it be here. There's ones that work best for car dealerships, one that works best for restaurants, but they all follow the same guidelines here. So they're all going to be within the same ranges as I'm sharing with you right now. And what I want to do here is quickly share with you guys exactly how to set up the campaign. It's super simple when you really think about it and break it down. And like I said, this is the campaign that you could use this proposal. You could use this proposal literally. And this is the campaign. These are the steps to literally set up the campaign, okay? So follow me here, because I'm going to jump in and I'm going to set all this up as we go along. And what I want to do is, number one, I want to set up the social hotspot at the location. So some of these steps I did already, but obviously you go there, you plug it in, you make sure it's online. You create and add the zone for the location. So as I showed you, you go, just pull it up again. You go into the local Wi-Fi network, you have the zone. So here, I'm going to actually make one here for the demo. So I'm going to add a new zone. We'll make it Canada. The city here will be Toronto, where I am right now. The zone name is members, and the email address will be my support email address. Oops. I'll put myself as support. Okay, so I've added my zone. And now when I go to devices, I'm going to edit my hotspot. I'm going to use this free Wi-Fi device. It's the one I have right here on my floor. I'm going to edit this and then change the zone from this to members, because I just added this. I changed this over. So now I'm switching it to members, and I'll get to this URL redirect in a second, but I'm going to switch it to members there, and there we go. It's successful. And then what I want to do is change my SSID, and let me call it members. And just click change. And as you guys see here, a lot of people questioning the SSID and wondering if it works or not. It does. Sometimes it just takes a while to get you online the first time. You may not be able to get there. See here, I just switched it to members. There you go. It typically takes 10 seconds or less. That's the experience. So if you're experiencing any problems with that, our apologies. We're working our best to make sure your individual cases are done. But that's basically the experience of how to change the SSID. And so now that I have all that done, I want to add the hotspot to the zone. So I did that already. Actually, I jumped ahead of myself. Then I renamed the SSID for the advertiser. So here we called it members. Let's say my advertiser is members. I'm doing it for you guys here. So I obviously, if I can just refresh this actually and show you. So now I go to devices and I go to hotspots. I see that the free Wi-Fi is now in the members zone. Okay. So next step is decide on the www redirect. So again, if I am bringing on a sponsor here and I want the sponsor to see value, naturally what I want to do is change the URL redirect to their page. So let's just say Heineken is my sponsor. Okay, because I like Heineken. Let's say the Heineken cup. Actually, let me get the main Heineken page. Here we go, the approved one. So Heineken is my sponsor. So what I want to do is grab that, literally just paste their Facebook page. Is typically what most people want. I'll just switch this to MDOT, make it easier. So now it's going to redirect to Heineken. When anybody logs in here, straight to Heineken, okay? Click on save. Now this is also where if I was going to do a coupon page, if I was going to have a coupon or a contest, I would just create that in my own mobile website builder, whether it's a brick and mobile CMS, or if using another website builder, or you have a coupon generator, whatever it is, you can just put the URL redirect, put it right in here, literally. Okay. So after you decide on the redirect, you create the ad unit for the landing page. So now that I've created all that, I want to go to the ad server. And I want to create a campaign. This is where I make the header. This is what I said, obviously the sponsorship, this is where I put this here. And the campaign type over here, it is promotional. Campaign priority. Now, this is only really if you have multiple campaigns. What this will do is weight your campaigns, and we'll have them serving up on weighted campaigns. But here, in this, is promotional and highest. Campaign name is Heineken Members Sponsor. This is a members demo. And then I have the start date right now. Let's say Heineken agreed to do this until the end of the year. So I literally will go December, scrolling down here. I'll make it to the 28th. Actually, we'll make it 31st. Just cut off my screen there. So here, it got until December 31st. And continue here. So we have, as you see, the members over here. So the members page, what I'm going to do is create Heineken on the top. Top ads are always the best because you have the client seeing it directly. And actually, I had somebody just ask to explain the difference between promo and direct. If you guys have any questions, click on the info. Okay, in the interface, these little info tabs explain you everything. Direct sold versus promotional, campaign priority. All these are explained here. Okay, so as you go through it, if you have a question, what's the frequency cap? Click here, and you can, or the impression cap, you can see it right there. Okay, so here I want to target this in the members login on the top. As I continue, I have the creative name. Let's say this is Heineken Banner 1. And I'll show you guys another cool trick here. So the creative format, we have a bunch of formats. We're adding more soon, but right now we're going to stick with the standard IAB ones. Now you can add it from a creative upload. You can use an external URL. What we'll do is here we'll use an external URL. I'll show you why we're going to do that. So keeping with the 320 by 50, we'll do Heineken. And we'll see if there's any Heineken ads here. Did I type that in right? I'll see sometimes you got to do a few here to get the right. Yeah, actually, this is one, but it's white on white. We're going to use this because even I can tell it's white color, and chances are it's transparent. So we're going to grab this one and let's copy the image URL. And then you put, for the click URL, again, you want to link it to whatever you want. So if we're working with Heineken, you want to put this to their page. So it's facebook.com/Heineken. The tracking pixel, if you're using an ad server, your own tracking pixel, you put that in there, and the creative image URL, you pop right in here. So actually, I don't think this is pulling properly. Let me pull one, actually, one that is on my host. Actually, I'll show you guys the trick I was talking about. We'll use this, let's say, just for sample, because the ad itself doesn't really matter. What I can do is copy the image URL, okay? So when I have the image URL in here, I can pull this up. I can see it as the image. Here's the trick I was talking about, okay? So instead of using the external image URL, which actually is not always recommended because it requires us to go out to the external server every time to grab it, you only really want to use this external image URL if you have your own ad server. You don't want to pull it off like Blogspot, the way I tried to do here. That's like, you don't want to do that. Okay, what you can do though is go to Creative Upload and choose File. Now, I'm sorry, Mac users, this does not work for a Mac. This does work, however, for Windows. So what you want to do in file name, you paste the whole URL, and you can put http:// a whole bunch of whatever, as long as it ends with PNG or JPEG or GIF. Okay, so you paste that right in here. What this is going to do is it's going to open it from the internet. And it's going to save it in here. And then when I click continue, it's going to save and upload itself. See, it pulled it right here. I didn't have to save it on my computer first. So a lot of people think you got to save it and then choose your file and then upload it. If it's a graphic or something that's compatible, you can put that URL directly into the open form in Windows and it will pull it automatically, okay? So we have Drinking Liberally, another great advertiser in Buenos Aires. This would work too. I'll click on Create Campaign. Okay, so now I have the campaign that's all set up. It's good to go. All right, so now I go back to my devices and looking back at the list, I want to customize a landing page. So now I go back to my login screen. I go Devices, Edit Login Screen. And again, I have my device. I want to use my free Wi-Fi. And here's when I can choose my background color. I can choose my text color. And obviously, I can make this for Heineken. I can choose what social network I want. I can choose my form fields. Refresh and click save. So here, obviously, that doesn't look so nice. But when I serve this up on my phone, I'll actually see the ad on the top there. It will load up automatically. I may have not have turned the ad on here, but the ad will show up at the top, and I can obviously run this with my client. And that's basically, at the end of the day, that's what the client is looking for. Truly, the experience. Think about the touch points here. You have the SSID, you have the calls to action, you have the ad on the top, and you have the redirect page. That's what they're paying for. When you look at this, that covers everything we talked about. And it took me, a few minutes to set up. That's really what it is. And what this depends on now is the execution of the campaign, getting into the location, letting people know the hotspot exists. All that good stuff is really what adds the value after. And you can offer this to events. Like I said, you can charge $500 a day for this flat rate, or $25 a lead. So same kind of thing. You set this up, you bring an advertiser, you bring it all in, and then at the end of the day, you can charge them, say, look, I'm going to bring it in, I'm going to lease it to you, I'm going to put it in your location, I'm going to serve up ads, and I'm going to charge you this much. And then when you're done, you take it away. So that works great. The built-in ad serving platform, as you guys know, I just ran through building a single ad. But over here, you can see all your ads running. For those of you who had questions as well, the difference between the type of ads, you can go in there and obviously click on the info. If I see all my campaigns over here, I see them all listed. As well, if I wanted some stats as well, you can view all the stats of your campaigns, which ads are running. By priority, you can see the different ads listed here. So here I have members, demo. So the members, we just clicked to start it up. And obviously you can add them here. You can edit them later. You can go in here and edit any of them over here, change all this, change the zones where you want them showing up, all that good stuff. So like I said, we're going to have a full training course on how to set this up and how to maximize this. But generally at this point, what's important is that you need to know how to set up these ads and how to get it going. That's what your client is going to, initially look for. They're going to judge you based on, on this. So they're going to look at this and say, look, that's the value. And like I said, you can set this up literally in a matter of minutes. And just to recap some of the stuff that I talked about in the training session, if you want to charge your clients, there's a lot of discussion in the Facebook group. So what we're going to do is get all that together. We're going to kind of do we'll tell you what's worked for us. This has worked for us, and sometimes it won't work for everyone. So we see other people sharing that in the Facebook group. But if there's something specifically that's worked for you, post it there, and we're going to actually add this and continuously to update these of what the models are. But generally, if you're working with a client, you can bring the advertiser. So say, look, let me get this in your location. You can pay me, and then we can bring the advertiser in, and we can split that. You can also upsell all that good stuff, all the additional stuff, which I'm going to run through at the end of today's call. Like I said, you can also build your own network. So if you want to just give it away for free, put it in the location. Give that ad, report directly to the advertiser. Don't even deal with the location directly. Just put it in the location and have the advertiser deal with you as far as sponsoring and advertising on that. And all the reports, again, is what the clients were going to pay for. So giving them a list of returning customers, the most engaged users, the social insights, all that stuff is really what they are going to see the value in at the end of the day. Okay, so let me move on here. I'm going to save the end for some questions, but as well on the agenda, very big, everyone was looking for custom push notifications. All right, got it right here, custom push notifications. Now let me tell you, custom push notifications, we worked directly with Facebook on this, actually. We're on the line with their developers, getting it going. And we worked very hard because custom Facebook notifications are now live in the platform. They were always live before. There were a couple tweaks we had to do to comply with Facebook, but they are now live in the platform. I'm going to show you exactly how that works and how to do that. This is huge because, again, this is the kind of value that you can add your clients. Let me show you exactly how it works. Sending the notifications in real time is really, really easy. I'll pull it open right now and show you guys. So what you want to do is go to notifications and go to Facebook. Okay, so over here you want to create new. And over here I have the predefined. We're going to be adding so many more predefined notifications here. But for now, you can actually click on custom notification. Okay, so I'm going to say I want to thank all of our members for all their help in the FB group. Thank you so much. And let's say this is coming directly. I put all, whatever I want here. And again, I can choose anyone on a hotspot. I'm here just to demo it. I'm going to send it to myself here as a user. Okay. Now here I want to upload my image as well. Now this image can be anything you want. So let's say I wanted to use this toolbox, for example. I just got this from my PowerPoint, but let's say I want to use that. Now this can be a flyer, a brochure. This could be anything that your client is looking to get through to their customer, any kind of message. You want to put a picture of flowers, you want to put a picture of a coupon, whatever you want, you can put in there, and you click on submit. And very important, you want to make sure that you follow the Facebook content guidelines. If you're wondering where those are, simply on the Facebook policy, open this up in a new tab, read this please. Make sure you understand this, because if you break these rules, we will shut you down. Okay, I'm going to say that as nicely as I can. Don't screw around with Facebook, because we are working directly with them and we don't want to have everybody hurt because of something stupid you do. So please, please, if you are interested in using this functionality, make sure that you are very familiar with the Facebook guidelines. Okay, when you submit by clicking yes, you are telling us that you've read those and you've approved those. What you do there is you click on, you create the notification here. I have it pending. Okay, so I have sent to me, I have the subject, I have the date, and it's not automatic anymore with the scheduling. We're working on, as far as time zone, we're doing a time zone selector, which is why we don't have it now. Now it's all on demand. So on demand, for example, I'm going to open up my Facebook page. As you can see here, again, all the notifications here. Let me pull this up. See, I got nothing over here. I'm going to go back over here, just click on start sending. We're going to see this happen in real time. Right, sending, done. I jump right back to Facebook, bam. See, I get this down over here. I click on that, and it is from Social Hotspot with the graphic I selected. And now I have the ability to share on Facebook. So what a lot of our clients do as well, I just want to give you this tip, is that on this graphic, and now next time I'll have a graphic that will actually help you see it. But imagine this for a second, this graphic saying, hey, share this and have 10 friends like it, and then come in for a free hamburger. Hypothetically, right? So what I will do is click share and have a big arrow that points in the graphic, big arrow that points to share, and say share this with 10 friends and receive a free hamburger. Like, oh yeah, of course I'll do that. I click share on Facebook, and I'm going to say I love my clients. And let me get this heart, if I remember how to do a heart properly. So I love my clients, and I click on share link. There you go. So that's that's what I need to do is, for example, part of that contest. The contest is not software and useless stuff. It's literally the contest can happen right in the graphic. Join our contest. Step 1, share on Facebook. Step 2, get 10 friends to like this. Step 3, come in for a free hamburger. Very simple stuff. No reason to overcomplicate things here, really. And we'll give you templates on that too, where if somebody requests it, and I'll get our designers on it, no joke. But what I'll do here is go back to my profile, and I can see I love my clients with that little, cute little heart, and I have this over here, and you guys can try to click on this. Like, I can share this link with you, and you can literally see this graphic. You don't have to be, if you're friends with me on Facebook, go in there and click on that. I'll leave it up to the end of the training. But that's the way it works. And when you see it over here, it comes directly from Social Hotspot. So this is obviously generic enough because nobody can buy this right now. And the Social Hotspot ad is now live. It used to say World Wi-Fi Zone. Right now it's generic to Social Hotspot. So right now when you get things, it comes directly from Social Hotspot, and you get the graphic as I just showed you. To let you guys know, the ability to use your own app is coming very soon. It's partially what we were on the phone with Facebook on as we were talking to them. Well, we're adding that. We're testing it. It's working right now on our development environment. I just want to really make sure that it works in all circumstances before obviously before we release it to you guys. And I see some questions actually specific to this that I'm going to get to. So the question about, will they always say World Wi-Fi Zone? No, they'll not. They'll say Social Hotspot right now. And very soon they'll be directly from your app. So you can create an app for your client. It can be their logo, their icon, their namespace, all that stuff, their canvas, all that stuff can be customized. And about the logo, the World Wi-Fi Zone logo now is no longer anywhere. We've effectively taken that away. We're using that for our corporate stuff only. It's not for the local Wi-Fi network. There's going to be no confusion about that anymore. Question from Mark. No, Mark, the notifications are not news feeds ads. Notifications are way more effective than ads. Okay, so let me just explain the difference. A news feed ad, that what you can do is once you go in, so the news feed's different. I'll show you that in a minute. News feeds ads is this stuff. You know, you got stuff that comes in your news feed. You can target people there. You can target people to put stuff on the side. But this is the news feed ad. So here's example, sponsored. Okay, here's a news feed ad. Okay, this is not a newsfeed ad. This will literally beep on, like if somebody has a mobile phone, they'll get like a beep on their phone, like a text message. Okay, this is a notification. This comes directly to the client. If they're on Facebook, as you saw, like little window will pop up, I'll hear a noise, a little sound on my computer. I'll see it come in, I'll see the icon, I'll see the notification here, and this will sit here. So if I look at all my notifications, I see came from Social Hotspot. I have, obviously my group is heavy. I have some other people who like my pages, other messages, things like that. It's just like a Candy Crush. People who see stuff like that, this is the kind of stuff you're going to see straight from Social Hotspot. Like I said, you will have the ability very shortly to use your own app that is coming very, very soon. And yes, I see custom apps are the bomb. Yes. So what I mean by my own app, let me show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, guys? So we'll teach you how to do this. So you go to developers, you go to apps. These are the apps I have. You can create apps for any of your clients. You create this own app, and then you see the actual daily users, the active users, who's using it, all this stuff, and developers. So we give this, we now put it into your hands, the control of the app into your hands. Like I said, we're working closely with Facebook to allow that to happen easily. All right, I'm going to keep moving on here. Like I said, I'm going to keep open the stuff, some questions for the very end, which we are coming to very shortly, because the next slide is what a lot of people have been asking about for a very, very long time. Purchasing more hotspots. All right, guys, trust me, like I said, some of the difficulties we had at the beginning with our suppliers, our timelines, our promises, the customs, all that stuff is over. Those days are gone. No more of that crap. Right now, we're going to make it easy. And part of what we were doing is we said, look, we know the capacity. We know we obviously look at a lot of hardware every day. What everybody has right now is the N300 Social Hotspot. It's a great hardware, great device. But I'll tell you right now, what's better for managing multiple locations is, as we talked directly with our supplier, they recommended actually using something when you have multiple of these, multiple areas. There's one specific unit that actually works a little bit better on a larger scale when you're dealing with multiple, more than one concurrent hotspot. So we talked to them and we came to the conclusion that this hotspot over here, the N600, is by far the best option to move forward for the local businesses, for the scalability of it, the fact that they all run directly through our VPN and they are all scalable, they work together. So this is the new wireless hotspot. These are for the reorders, okay, guys? So any of you guys, the first order is the white one. It's the N300. This is the new one, the N600. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. It's almost identical, really, other than the nice shiny black finish, it's almost identical to the N300 hotspot, literally inside and out. What makes this a little bit different is that it's better for a high, kind of like for a local business, it provides a little bit more bandwidth or more channels or more lanes on the highway, so to speak, okay? So what this has is has simultaneous connections. So what it has is, instead of one lane, it has two separate lanes. It has a simultaneous 2.4 gigahertz connection, and it has a simultaneous 5 gigahertz connection. So it's 300 plus 300, whereas the first one is just 300. This one is 3 plus 3, 600 megabytes of total available bandwidth. This is not really, I don't want to get too technical with this stuff. The range is pretty much the same. Everything else is the same. All that's different is that you can actually get a few more simultaneous users, and it's just a little bit more punch. It'll be like a little faster because of these 2 lanes on the highway. So again, that's what it looks like, and these are the specs. And again, for members only, so this is not available to the public. We're going to honor the same pricing, even though this hardware is more expensive. We're going to honor this pricing for everyone because we are, a company of our word. So we're going to honor this for everyone. If you want to buy additional hotspots, you can buy 1 for $149, 3 for $299. Plus shipping and handling, obviously. Depending on where you are in the world, we charge you for shipping and handling this time because we have to. That helps you because you'll actually have the option of getting fast shipping or regular shipping or ground shipping. You can also buy 10 for $8.99. So just to quickly recap what you need from the hardware standpoint, this is what you're looking at, okay? And a lot of you guys know, and as we mentioned right from the inset, as you grow your network, you have to incur a monthly fee because it does cost us a lot of money to do this. So for every additional hotspot beyond your 1, you have to pay for the monthly access. So our monthly plans basically look like this. Just to recap, for those of you who are not familiar with this, the starter plan is $97 a month. It gives you up to 3 social hotspot routers on the network. So these new N600s included, they'll all be all in the same in your interface and your dashboard. Also, the Pro plan for $197 a month gives you 10 social hotspot routers. That works out to about $20 per location per month. That is like super, super cheap. And extra routers, if you need more than 10, if you need 11 or 12 or 13, those are all $20 a pop. So for example, if you're thinking about doing your plan, your model, like, look, I'm going to have 17 locations. You just go 17 times 20, $340 will be your monthly fee for 17 locations, okay? So this is like really effective, efficient stuff. And to outline what the packages look like now, you get the N600 routers on the reorders. Basically, it would be 3 for $299 plus shipping and handling, and then you get on board for a starter plan. Now, we are going to open the starter plans for a little bit for everyone. You won't have to get on those right away. You'll probably have your first month free, but after that, you'll have to lock in to the $97 a month. When you receive your routers, obviously, and you plug it in, you'll have to get onto those monthly plans. As well, you can choose to do the 10 pack, which is 10 for $899, plus shipping and handling, obviously, a little bit more because you have 10 routers in a box, and then you get on our Pro plan for $197 a month. Now, I know I promised everyone that you'll be able to buy units today, and I'll tell you, because we just finalized this deal this morning, I kid you not, we just finalized this hours ago to get this new hardware in. We have it directly from our supplier. We're opening the store soon, and what I mean by soon is probably tomorrow, either Thanksgiving or Black Friday. It will be open, and definitely you will be the absolute first people to know. Trust me, when it gets open. This is not open to the public as well, so we'll be sharing that private cart link, that checkout link with you guys very shortly. But the store is opening very soon. You'll be able to purchase, like I said, the starter, the hardware over here, and then obviously the monthly plans happen on that end there. And the extenders, I got people asking about extenders. The extenders will be there as well. So all this in the store, we're going to have the patio extenders. We're going to have links to other extenders. We actually are these new routers. There's actually a way to use more hardware, more like higher end extenders. So we have some like crazy stuff, honestly, that we're testing right now. And all the reason we're doing all of this is because it's just more compatible using the N600s and using all this stuff. It's just easier to do. So all this stuff is going to be in the store very soon, as soon as we can. Either maybe late tonight, if not tomorrow, but for sure by Friday, you'll be able to jump in and purchase either the starter or the Pro package to expand your business. And again, before we open the floor to questions, I just want to tell you again where to get the best support. It is not by mentioning me in the Facebook page. That's not the best way to get support. Best way to get support is to email support@localwifinetwork.com or to visit wifisupportdesk.com, or you just go, as I said, directly in the cloud control panel. You can click on there and do it. Now, I have a bunch of questions over here that I want to get to as well. I have a little bit more of the interface that I want to demo with you guys. If there's anything specific you want me to see, here's your chance. Here's the open floor. Let me know what you guys want me to demo or talk about. Question about patio extenders. They expand the range, not the number of simultaneous users. Correct. So yeah, patio extender will just make your SSID, make your hotspot available in more places. It won't add the number of users you can have on it. No, we will not be having any Black Friday deals here, but Brick and Mobile will be having some great Black Friday deals if you guys want to stay tuned for that. Yeah, I got somebody asking, Jack wants to know, explain in more detail the difference between the Facebook notifications showing up when logged in Facebook on the PC and why it does not show up on your Facebook iPhone app. Well, you need to turn on notifications on your iPhone app to see that. You also have to have Facebook on to see that. So make sure that both of those are on, and you can always see the notifications over here. Over here, if you look at your notifications, you can see it listed there. And the real difference is between a notification and anything else on Facebook is that it comes under the globe here. Under the notifications tab, as you see, this is where you see it, very different than a newsfeed ad. Those of you who are wondering about newsfeed ads, how to do that the right way is what you do is you go to users, social users, you export to Facebook, okay? You want to make sure you read that and understand that you will not spam anybody. You will follow all the laws and everything like that. I will type in my initials to tell them that I agree. I click on I agree, and I get the file exported. And now this file, literally, when I open it up, will be a whole bunch of SSIDs that I could target. Now, if you want to open this up, you see that it may look in Excel like all these weird numbers. What you want to do is just click on that and make it a number, okay? And all these numbers, you don't need the decimal places either, but just to make these bigger. These are actual SSIDs. I can upload these to Facebook, and each one of these equals a user. Okay, guys? So that's how you do the Facebook news feeds ads. You just watch day 4 of the training, actually. It covers all that good stuff. Another question about, can I extend the number of users? Yes, you can add more users by actually setting up 2 routers. Now, we're going to have a separate training, a technical training on that next week. Once we open the store and once you guys get more than 1 router, we're going to teach you how to daisy chain them. So how to actually connect them or set them up at a location. Let's say you have a hotel and you have 4 floors. You can put one of these on every floor and have the same SSID. And we'll teach you how to do that. Not important now because you don't have your routers yet, but as soon as you do, the additional ones are obviously more than 1 router. We will teach you how to do all that good stuff. Now, sorry guys, I'm just going back. I want to make sure I don't miss any questions here because a whole bunch of stuff came flying in. Yeah, question from Jesus about the members area. This is a sample price table. The additional industries and the sample price points I'm going to do, like I mentioned, on a later webinar when I talk about the individual pricing and advertising models by niche. We want to break those down, so I'm probably going to do one specific for restaurant, one for like professional services, one for auto dealerships. I think almost each one justifies or warrants its own presentation and strategy. Question from a portable hotspot. Again, Scott, don't recommend using a 3G or 4G hotspot. There's just, the speed, you won't get the speeds you're looking for. You really want to use a high-speed internet connection. Question from Teresa. Yeah, you can do some really cool things with Google+, Twitter, LinkedIn. Right now, we're testing a whole bunch of stuff on the notification side on those platforms. And as soon as we get it going, we will let you know. And I also want to say, guys, there's so many things happening on our end. I don't want anybody to feel, quote unquote, left in the dark. We have some people who, were voicing some displeasure in the Facebook group about not knowing what's going on. There are so many things going on, and to be quite honest, we don't share our inside or personal development roadmap for multiple reasons. But look, I'm being as transparent and as open as I can with you guys. As soon as something is important or needs to be shared, 100% you're the first people I tell them with. I share it with or I tell to. So keep that in mind that we're obviously all working together here and we all understand what's important. And the best way to get our attention now, like I mentioned, is to go. If it's obviously a sales strategy thing, go into the Facebook group. If it is more of a strategic thing, or if it's a technical question or a suggestion, go in the community and go under topics. If a topic doesn't exist, you can create one or suggest one. You can post a question or idea and let that all happen here under WiFiSupportDesk.com. And actually, I'll share this with you guys too. For those who are interested in getting directly into there, want to encourage some discussion there because that can actually prove to be much more valuable than Facebook as far as software goes to communicate with everyone. Moving on here. Yeah, people ask, the N600 routers are new routers for the reorders. Like I said, are virtually the same to the N300s. They just provide a little bit more robust functionality when it comes to integration and working with our VPN, especially when you're dealing with multiple locations. So all the reorders are going to look like that, really nice and slick. You can even take your sticker and stick it on top of that, of the brand if you want. Totally up to you. Obviously, it's all depending on your strategy. Questions here. Mark, thank you, Mark. He's done such a great job at getting back to almost everyone here. Questions about a hotel with 10 floors. Yeah, you'd either need 10 units or we have a gateway solution where you can put access points on every floor. Obviously, that's a more expensive solution, and it's for larger hotels. Yeah, guys who are wondering, the N300 is still great for any local business. Don't think that it's not a good router. It is amazing. Okay, it works great. It has the same capacity, same speeds. Almost everything is exactly the same. The only difference is that the black ones are a little bit better for wide area networks when you're dealing with multiple locations through the interface. Okay, so the first one as a single one is still great, will still work on any local business. Question from Michael about getting 8 hair salons on one zone. Will you be able to advertise the restaurant on all 6? Well, what you can do actually is there, what you do is you group all under the single zone. They would show on all zones. What you can do is break up each restaurant as a separate zone, and then when you run an ad, you can run the ad on multiple zones. So just think about that differently for a second. Instead of running to 6 of 8 zones, make 8 zones and run the ad to 6 zones of the 8. Okay? I hope that made sense. If it doesn't, just let me know. Andy, wondering about individual usage sessions or limits. That's a great idea. Submit that as a suggestion in our support desk, and I'll see if our guys can plan that in the schedule. Question about monthly fees. Yeah, the monthly fees start when your routers become active. So as soon as you come home and you install your next router, you have to pick one of the plans, so either the 97 or 197 a month plan. Question from Ennis, he just wants me to clarify the notification from the system and getting all the user IDs. All right, I can do that again. Over here, notifications. Well, number one, I'll do this because I'm over here. User IDs, you go to users, social users, export to Facebook. Okay, you type in your initials, you click on I agree. Okay, after that, you want to go to Facebook itself. You want to type in ads on the top. You want to go to the ads manager. Okay, on the ads manager, you want to go to the power editor. And guys, we covered all this stuff on day 4 of the training. So you go to Power Editor, you go to Audiences, you go Create Audience, Custom Audience, Name, and then you upload your file here after clicking UIDs. Okay, so the Excel file that you download, the CSV file you download from our server, goes directly here. And as you see here, I have custom audiences of 57,000, 6,600, 4,600, 6,800. So that's the Facebook retargeting. Okay. Notifications is when you go to the notifications here on Facebook. Now everyone is also listed. You create a new one. You choose predefined or custom, and then you choose who you want to target, whether it's hotspot, gateway, zone, or user. Question from Mark, has the authorized dealer logo been changed to partner yet? It has not yet, and we're going to be changing that hopefully later today. So keep an eye out for it. We're going to share all that in the Facebook group and by email as soon as we get the new partner logo up. Just jotting that down. We'll get that up for you guys today. All right, keep reading on here. Exporting email addresses and exporting additional social data, Mark, is coming very shortly. Yep, Craig, I may be available. Just send me a personal message, please, on Facebook. Now, Glenn, he's wondering how to set up our client to send a Facebook notification on Facebook. Yeah, that's been requested already, client logins. We're working on that. It's a lot easier said than done. That's functionality we're looking at down the road in the future, so stay tuned for that, but it's not currently available. We have Kenny, whose router just came in during the webinar. How fitting. Love to hear that. So congratulations, Kenny. He's going to be busy. I think he just got off the webinar. he's setting up his unit right now. So question from John about remote events, festivals. Yeah, John, if you're at a festival, what you want to typically do is talk to the local, like say, I know you're in Ottawa, so go to Rogers or Bell, ask them for a truck or ask somebody who has a portable internet device. Not your commercial like 4G or 3G hotspots are not going to cut it. You want to get something a little bit more powerful than that. And then, yeah, you can totally plug this in and it will work perfectly. How would I respond? From Christina's asking, how would I respond to anyone or any business that has that they say that they have free Wi-Fi and they don't need us? Well, watch the training of day one and day two, because really what we say is that it's not the free Wi-Fi, it's the data. Okay, so right now they're getting nothing for their free Wi-Fi, literally. Now you're getting all the social data, you're getting the ability to send notifications, you're getting the advertising revenue. There really is no comparison. You can even do a column, like on the left, it's like free Wi-Fi and there's nothing else. On the right, there's a social hotspot and free Wi-Fi is the first thing, and then you have like 15 things under it that it also does. And that's the way I would answer them on that. Question from Carl. The directory will be published likely next week. We're looking for the right way to do it. We're going to issue the partner logo today, and then the directory where everyone will be listed with your own profiles will likely be coming sometime next week. Question about gateways. Yeah, we are eventually going to be making gateways available to you guys to resell, but right now it's only available for larger jobs and very custom orders. They can handle thousands and thousands of users, but they also cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you guys have any obviously opportunities for that, you can always email sales@localwifinetwork.com. We'll do our best to get back to you, obviously depending on the size and scope and budget and qualification of the client. Question from Donovan about national franchises in terms of being able to do local ads as well as nationally. Yeah, you can actually set all that up in the ad server. It's just about zoning it. You can create national or local zones or groupings. We're actually looking at some different ways to target. So some people had some demographic targeting suggestions, some location-based targeting suggestions. So we're obviously all ears, and the best place to do that is in the Wi-Fi support desk under feature requests. Just click on post a new question or idea, then post your title and your details, and then say what topic it is. Okay, that's the best place to do it because that's what we look at all the time. Also, John wants to clarify returning visitors. They are automatically logged in on subsequent visits, but they're logged out, they're booted out every night. So every night we actually refresh the cache, and next time they have to come in. Now, if Facebook is already authenticated in their browser, they just click on Facebook. They have to actually click on Facebook, but they've already connected with that app, so they're just going to go right through. They don't have to click yes, I agree, because they already did that the other day. So basically, they still have to connect Facebook, but then the next page will realize that they're already authenticated and will bypass the question for them to re-authenticate. So guys, still reading some questions here. Yeah, some questions are not relevant for the webinar right now. Yeah, I think a lot of the questions people are asking, I've just covered so much already. It's a lot of repetition here, so we're not going to be answering those now. Yeah, guys, and so a lot of people are saying that sometimes if you're trying to redo the SSID in Firefox, apparently we're having a few issues in Firefox. You want to make sure you do that in Chrome. So if you're having any issues with your SSID, try it in Chrome. We have that already reported to our development team about Firefox, but try to use Chrome when you're doing your SSID. Current time frame of receiving new hotspots. Like I said, the store is going to be going live either today, tomorrow, or Friday at the very, very latest. After that, because of Thanksgiving right now, because U.S. Thanksgiving, there's a lot of little wrench in the mix about as far as days off. So we're probably looking at another 5 to 10 business days for new orders, but they will happen a lot faster than the initial ones did, I assure you on that. Gary, about sharing, the merchant can easily see how many times their stuff was shared. In Facebook, you can see how often your content was shared. Yeah, John, about passing the information from Facebook to your customer, that's why you don't do that. You don't give your customer a list of emails. That would not be cool, because if they decide to spam them, it's your fault because you captured them. So what you need to do is manage it for your customer. Manage everything for them. Say, look, it doesn't really matter if I give you a list. You don't want to deal with that list. Let me email them. Let me talk to them. Let me deal with them on that basis. That's the best way to handle it. We're also planning, I see some questions here about autoresponders. We're looking at doing some autoresponder integrations and automatic check-ins, automatic reminders, automatic notifications. All that stuff is a whole engine that we're building that will not happen overnight. It will take, a few months, but definitely, it's going to be great. We have somebody over here saying, FYI, I'm canceling XX, which is our competition. I'm not going to mention their name here, but he's canceling them because our system is far superior. So thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Yeah, question again from Jack. We covered this. I'm just going to mention it again. You'll be able to use your own Facebook notification. You'll be able to use that in there. Guys, please, if you're coming late, I don't want to discourage your questions, but a lot of these have been answered already, so I'm just going to skip them. Don't think I'm ignoring you, okay? Please. I've answered them 2 or 3 times, so I'm just going to bypass it now. You can always watch the replay. Yep, about automation, all the automatic messages after somebody connects, automatic notifications. We are working all that stuff, the automation. Question from Glenn. If he has a client that has 3 locations, 3 routers, yeah, that will totally work. Get the 3-pack, get the 3 location hosting. So if you have a location, for example, a client that has 3 locations, this would suffice. Get the 3 for $299. Put these 3 in there. Get the starter plan for $97 a month. That covers 3. This will cover you for $97 a month and a one-time fee that you're not even paying yourself. Your client is paying you more than enough for this hardware off the top. So you're making good money over here. And then over here is all gravy, because for 3 locations, you can charge them a lot more than that. I will tell you right now, guaranteed, guaranteed. And reading on here. Question from Andy. Yes, the landing periods, the landing page does come back every 24 hours. We clear it every 24 hours. Okay, I got a question about the generic video. The status of that, Dan, is if you want to chime in to the generic video in the group, you want to talk to our good friend Philippe. I will point out exactly who he is in the Facebook group. So Philippe, if you're watching this, thank you so much for taking the lead on the video. We're looking at you to help get all that organized. Like I said, we'll pay the bill within reason. We'll have a few $1,000s put aside for that. What you want to do is, here we got good news hooking up. Yeah, I love to see that good stuff. And guys, again, any questions or any stuff like this, like any help, like anything specific about that, you want to put into our support area. Because we're soon going to be phasing this out. We don't want to have this kind of stuff here. It just confuses people. They don't want to read. They don't want to read all that stuff. But looking for Philippe, let me just show you. Here he is. So here, remember this face? Philippe, you can message him. And actually, the video production brainstorm, he has a hashtag on it. That's awesome to help keep us organized. So you can add that hashtag to your message or just go into the string. There's 35 comments on it. Those of you who want to get in on it, I will just share this exact thing. So there's the conversation. That's the latest.